Well, we're glad we're here. I'll donate some money to the conference office to get a light bulb there in that steps up there. I broke my dadgum neck, but if we'd lost the game, I would have done it intentionally probably. But so Phil, let me know how much a light bulb costs there. I know John Swafford. I'll send him a check. Very happy to still be here. I told the kids, let's play as hard as we can play, as well as we could play, and at the end, somebody may let us stay around and play another one, and I thought that's what we did. I thought we were really lucky early in the second half because they had a tremendous number of shots, layups and shots that just rolled off the rim, and I think they just missed them. Our defense wasn't making them to do that, and after the first 5 or 6 minutes of the second half, I thought our defense got a lot better. We fouled one of the three-point attempts, which we don't like to do, but I thought our defense was better. But in the second half, we were good offensively. We only had 2 turnovers, I think, in the second half. We tried to make an effort to get the ball into Garrison, and he made baskets. He also found B-Rob on one big three, and B-Rob going 5 for 6 from three-point line was extremely important to us as well. So we're lucky. We played well enough, and now we get to stay and play another game unless they cancel the tournament or something. We'll be here playing tomorrow.
Okay, questions for Garrison and Brandon, please raise your hand. And a reminder that Carolina's already finished in the auxiliary interview room. So once the players are done, then it'll be it with all the players. First question, raise your hand. Back right.
Garrison, what did you guys do to get you more involved in the second half? You had a couple of slips and some other stuff in the lane.
Just basically executing our game plan. It's a couple plays that our coach drew up, and we just executed well.
To our left.
Brandon, after the step back three, I believe you yelled, "I'm here." What was kind of the emotion there, and what was going through your mind?
I'm just fired up. I get another opportunity to put this jersey on. This is my senior year, and I don't want it to end. And just our fans were doing a great job tonight. It felt like a home game, and I just love being here.
Second row left.
Garrison, what did you make of B-Rob's night? Did you think he had a crossover like that?
Yeah, for sure. I know B-Rob had that crossover since high school. I saw it a real long time ago.
Third row.
Garrison, sort of related question. When you see B-Rob shout, "I'm here," we see you smiling now. What are you thinking when you see that sort of energy?
I'm just really excited to see him back out there playing well. I mean, he's been really big for us this year, and just see him doing all these good things for our team is great.
On the aisle.
Brandon, when you're hot like that, 5 for 6, what does that feel like to you?
It's credit to Garrison, honestly, because, he did a good job of scoring the ball inside and been playing his butt off this whole year. So teams have been looking to double down on him. So when they leave me open, it's my job to knock it in. And he's been doing a good job of finding me and just always in my ear telling me to shoot the ball.
Anyone else? To our right.
This is for both players. Brandon, you mentioned this feeling like a home game tonight. Given the hill you guys are trying to climb this week, how critical is it to have the fan support like that?
Brandon? It's definitely good to have the fans support. They were getting into the game, and they're getting loud, and they made it difficult for the other team to hear their offensive sets because every time down the court they were calling plays and looking over at their bench. So it was good to disrupt their communication.
Garrison?
What B-Rob said. I mean, say the same thing over again.
Yeah, I feel you.
To our left.
Garrison, you started just 1 for 5 from the field in the first half. You made your free throws. You made everything in the second half. First time you'd played a game in this building this year, was that it? Or why did you shoot so much better in the second half?
I took the goggles off. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I think that's the thing. I take the goggles off. I think I shoot a little bit better.
Last question for the players. Question right there.
She had one right here.
Anyone else?
Did you get yours?
Front row.
For either or as Kiera, can you speak to the brotherhood that you guys have? Because Christian Keeling went out, he was seriously hurt, and then he came back, and you can see him pushing off the trainers, helping him. Like, he wanted to get back in that game. Can you guys speak to him, wanting to come back and be with you all?
You want to speak on it? I'll speak on it.
That's Paul Pierce right there. Go look up the Paul Pierce video. No, but we all love each other. This whole year we've all been battling injuries. We all been going through tough times. So just to see him come back out there and push through it, I was proud of him. And you know, it just speaks volumes to this team. We all care about each other. We all have one goal, and that's just to win this tournament. But we got to take it game by game, and we need all hands on deck to be able to do that.
Okay, Garrison, Brandon, we'll see you tomorrow.
That's it, Paul Pierce.
Good job. Okay, questions for Coach? Start in the middle of the room.
Hey, Coach. JB Ricks, Spectrum News. You said at the end of your opening statement that, you know, you guys will play as long as the tournament doesn't get canceled. Other tournaments are not allowing spectators. One tournament has been canceled. What are you hearing from your end as far as the possibility of the ACC deciding to cancel this tournament or not allow spectators to participate?
The only thing I'm hearing is because of this that we're going to cancel the ACC spring meetings. I think that'd be the greatest thing in the history of this conference. No, I'm like you guys. I watch TV and don't hear anything else. Bubba's in constant contact. Different leagues make their decisions for their reasons. The ACC will make whatever decision is continued to be made for the right reasons as well. It's a terrible situation. I mean, it's scary. I mean, at the end of the game, I was mad at myself because I shook hands with all the other guys, and I meant to give them the elbow, hit. But no, this is not a good situation in our country right now, and we don't have a great handle on what's going to happen next. I watch CNN most of the day today, and about every hour the numbers go up of the cases, and numbers continue to go up about the people that lost their lives. So on a humorous note, I get frustrated because they talk about old people, and they started that at 60. I'm 69, God almighty, so that's a humorous thing that I can put, but it's not a humorous situation. I mean, it really is not, and it's sad that it's happening, and our country is always very resilient and make great decisions and what to do, and people are, the governor of New York, for example, closes down one area and trying to get people to come in to clean things and to provide help, and it's very scattered. You listen to one news station compared to the other news station, it's like we're in two different countries, and that frustrates me. But when the ACC, if they tell me to show up and coach a game, I'm going to show up and coach a game. But I do think you guys should try to promote no ACC meetings this spring.
To our left aisle.
I'll play 36 more if we can do that.
Yeah, Kip Coons, Press Box View. Roy, Mike Young and his players touched on the difference that Cole made running and getting the pace faster than it was up in Blacksburg. What did you see from your vantage point?
Cole was very important to us and was good, and he can be really good. I mean, he ran the play that we sincerely put it in, maybe it was yesterday or today one. I just wanted something different to play, and he ran it to perfection twice in a row, and Garrison got dunks out of it. But having Cole in the game makes me a lot better coach. He, as I said, didn't have one of his great games. He was 4 for 4 on assist-to-error ratio, but he was the man in charge out there. He was the guy that put us in where we needed to be and made some shots, missed 2 straight free throws, which he hasn't done that very often. But the good news is he got his feet wet today in his first ACC tournament, and we need him to play better tomorrow. But there's no question Virginia Tech beat North Carolina at Virginia Tech. But there's also no question that we're better off with Brandon Robinson and Cole Anthony on our team.
Back left.
Coach, was this one of your more balanced games in terms of inside and offense production and production from numerous players across the board? I
was trying to remember what we shot 7 for 13 from 3, and B-Rob's 5 of 6, and then Andrew made one from downtown Greensboro at the end. So it's probably better than we've shot any game this year. But Garrison has been effective inside, and I thought Armando was effective inside. Armando's rebounding. He had 4 offensive rebounds, 11 total. So we did have a little bit. Christian's been shooting the ball really well and didn't make any in the first half. I think he made one in the second half or something. But or no, maybe he made one late in the first half. But we did have a lot of guys that got involved, and that usually is the best team when you have more than one guy scoring.
To our left.
Roy, you play every night as long as you keep winning. Does that affect your substitution plans and pattern?
It's in some ways, but if you plan make substitutions hoping that you're going to be there the next night. Sometimes you're not there the next night. And so what we're trying to do is put the best guys in the game at that time to give us the best chance to win the game. And then at the end, if it's a margin that you can get them out, then get them out. And, when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, I never thought I was tired. So I think it's overrated.
Third row.
Roy, B-Rob made those back-to-back three-pointers you mentioned. What's the value of him then showing that sort of energy afterwards? And is that something that even at the beginning of the year you maybe would have expected from him?
Well, I didn't hear him say it and didn't see him. I know he was excited. We had a player one time for Coach Smith that took a bad shot and it went in, and took a bad shot and went in, and took a bad one and missed it. And he came over and Coach Smith took him out, and he said, "I was feeling it, Coach. I was feeling it." Coach Smith said, "We'll see how that bench feels." If I'd known he had said, "I'm here," I would have said, "Well, come right over here and be right here." Just play the game. Kids are going to be kids, though.
Second row aisle.
Hey, Coach, how much of a benefit at all is there playing a team from a preparation standpoint on day two that you faced 9-10 days ago?
It's the same for both teams, so it's not an advantage either way. And in one situation, that's the only team we've played all year long that's played almost entire game in the zone. And that's what Jimmy does, and they can press and they can play man-to-man. They work on that regardless of what people think, but they press and they play zone. So in one way, that possibly could help. But again, that's the only team we faced all year long that played zone the whole game.
Last question, front row.
Hey, Coach, can you speak for Christian and bringing him back in? What was your decision-making going with that?
Well, if he was going to sit over there, if he was able to go back in and play, I wanted to put him in, because if he's sitting over there, he gets even more stiff. And then if he goes out and play and perhaps loosen it up and feeling better about it and feel more confident about him, that if we do win, then he's got a chance in my opinion, he's got a better chance to play the next day.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Remember what we're talking about, ACC meetings.